Hello, beautiful beings of light. In today's video, I have invited one of our beautiful light worker, Amber, at this time to share her light with us. Welcome, Amber, and please take a moment to introduce yourself and let us know about your magic. What do you do?
Yeah. Well, my name is Amber Kuileimailani Bonnici. I live in Kona, Hawaii, and my company is called Women Unleashed. And we are all about supporting women to unleash their creative expression, their spiritual gifts, and yeah, really their embodiment of who they are. And so, yeah, it's all about tapping into the you before you who you were taught and told to be is what we do over here.
And so, I'm curious, how did your whole awakening started? Like, what turned on the light bulb for you?
Okay, what light bulb? It feels like there have been so many different light bulbs at different times, you know? Does anyone else know what I'm talking about here? It's almost like flash,
Ding,
sudden flash,
ding, ding, and then the shadow comes in.
like right? Well, Woman Unleashed originally began when my boys were really young. I was laughing because I just was like, oh, they're right here on my desk. Look at how cute they are. Yes. Now they're 18 and 15, so they don't look like this anymore. But what happened is I lost myself, being a mom. I had like really poured myself into the kids and to making sure that everything was good. I'd kind of stopped doing, regular corporate work and things that I'd been doing before that time. And it was when I really lost myself that I reached out, and it felt like a real desperation to spirit to be and to say, I need something. And at that time, I was reminded of my of creativity, of that I used to love to write when I was younger and to draw. And what happened to that part of me? And so as spirit works, the very next day in my inbox popped this invitation for a painting and writing mentorship. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And so that was the beginning of one journey for me where I really started to tap into my creative expression and to honestly just be happy again, like just to enjoy myself instead of it just felt like to-dos. Like when I looked ahead at that point, I just felt like all I see is doing the same thing over and over and over again, right? So I say that started me on this path. And then because spirit started that, I ended up feeling at some point like, oh my gosh, this awakening needs to happen to other people. And that's when I started sharing, taking people through creative practice to unleash their creativity. And that, um, that just opened up some huge doorways, right? So I got to tap into, I mean, really spirit, because whatever our creative expression is, however that is an expression of spirit. And so I got to feel into that with others. Woman Unleashed, our company, was born at that time. And I didn't plan on being like a business owner or like a CEO or anything, but like it kind of that's like the next thing that came in, right? Same thing, like another flashing light bulb. Like, oh, okay, I guess I'm doing this. And then yeah, we started our Women Unleashed retreats, 10 years ago now, and have been supporting women to step into our creativity. And then I'd say it was 2019. What is that, 4 years ago? At the time of this recording. That's when I got like my spiritual, like I felt like a spiritual awakening where I tapped into my light language, I felt like my star people connected in to kind of like the oracle and like what was coming through. And I thought for sure I was going crazy. But
We
you've
all
been
went through those phases, yeah.
um, and then it's just been this journey to let that part of me through. And then not just that, but to invite that part out in others. Right.
Mm. Wow, that's so true. And it's very inspiring because I feel that there's a lot of light workers out there creative that has a lot of this creative juices flowing, but they might not feel so confident in their ability to create something like this where they allow themselves to be a leader. So do you have any advice or, wisdom that you've been through that you can share with maybe people that are just beginning their journey, maybe a version of yourself, like 8 years ago, kind of in that first 2 years, like if they're feeling like maybe I can't do this, I don't know what I can do with this. Like, do you have any words of wisdom for them?
Oh my gosh, so many. But I think when I feel back to me towards the very beginning, I had a lot of conversation in my head of like, like almost like I needed to heal more. I needed to like do more. I needed to know more before I could help others. There was this, which is, and this is the piece I want to say. It's a total lie. Like whatever gift that you have right now, whatever spiritual piece is coming through, whatever creativity is coming through, however you're feeling embodied, like any of your experience, it can help someone else right now. There's nothing that more that needs to be added for that. And so if you have any sort of conversation in your head saying, I need to do this before I can help other people, I'm just calling bullshit. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that on the but I'm just saying that because people are waiting, right? People are waiting, and you have a gift right now. The gift right now to share.
And you build your tribe to like thousands and thousands of people over the years, right? So, like,
I think that,
how was that for you? Like, did any part of you came up like, oh, there's like thousands of people connected to me now? Like, were there any type of like anxiety or excitement?
oh my gosh, for sure, right? So I think the gift of growing with spirit is that it happens. Sometimes it jumps, but many times it's this gradual thing, and so we get used to it. If anyone, if you've ever like lost weight or gained weight, uh, it you don't notice it, right? Even you look in the mirror because it's just gradually doing its thing. Like so it's kind of the similar way that there's this gradual growth that happens, and so the first time I did a large event, that felt very stretchy for me. Like when I did an online retreat, and it was like the first time I doing it, I was like, oh my gosh, there are exactly, there are thousands of people right here listening to me, like, like that kind of, right. But then the more that I did it, the more I'm like, okay. And it's like I got used to it. And this is who I am. And I just imagine, like talking to my best friend here or my buddy on the other side. And also just trusting that like as I grow, spirit gives me what I need as well, that there's this strength that's given and the resources that are given as I grow too. So I try not to look too far into the future myself personally. Some people are visionaries, and I love you if you're a visionary. But sometimes for me, visioning in the future can be slightly like because there's this part that wants to figure out how to do X, Y, and Z. And I just find it best to like let that not not think about the tacticals of those things too far ahead.
It's like a really delicate balance of like structure, but then flow, it's like it ebbs and flow between the two. So,
I'm so glad you said that. In Women Unleashed, one of the things we teach is the creative cycle.
okay.
And we teach the cycle, and that there is this ebb and flow. There is this inward energy, outward energy. There is the feminine, masculine over and over again through the cycle. There's like the taking care, the first step is like taking care of yourself, nourishing, nurturing your energy, being very inward. And then there's the next part, which is having structure and, being like, okay, this is what we're going to create. Then it's like you're going into that mystical, listening to spirit, space. And then you're like focusing on finishing things. So it is this cycle, and that we need both, to birth whatever it is that we want to create, whether it's a painting, whether it's a book, whether it's a business, whether it's a new relationship, it's the same thing.
I love how you like put like in that way in the cycle, because a lot of times we're so used to like, I know both of us came from the corporate. It's just like go, go, go. It has to be this way, So
Yeah, now I'm like, screw that way.
now it's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this cycle thing. And I
And
feel it's much better for us anyway, right? So
100%. It's just like natural rhythm, right? And as women, I'm sure maybe some of your listeners are men as well, but as women, we have this, men do too, actually. But women, we have this cycle with the moon. And it's very obvious because if we ovulate or we have our periods, or like, it's like those things cycle. For men, they're a 24-hour cycle. They have a different, they have a different cycle. But when we're able to tap into that, it takes us off the never ending, like, I've got to do more, 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 harder, harder, faster, faster, faster. And I find that depending on what your natural inclination is, so I am similar with for you, Tiffany, is that I've come from background of corporate, and it's like that. I naturally swing more into the masculine. Like if I like my shadow side will swing that way very easily, as opposed. So I get, for me, my work has been bringing in, you know, the spiritual, the creative, the feminine, like that, which is what I teach, but my natural, I teach it because I had swung so far the other way. And I'm like, don't do that. Like, like this way is a path to burnout, to not feeling well, to your health going bad, to never enough in your brain, like that constant judgment. There's just so much in that area that we get to swing the other way. So if you happen to be someone though that swings the other direction, where it's like you just meditate about stuff and you pray about stuff and don't take any action, we need to bring in some of that masculine out. It's like, come on, let's do it.
Yes, absolutely. And I love that you bring them up because all of us have both, right? The masculine and feminine. And we can like, it's like a salsa dance between the two. And yeah, so tell me a little bit about like what is the essence of your offering right now? Like what are you working on?
Yeah. So every year we do what we call the Women Unleashed online retreat. And we've been doing it for the past 10 years. And it's our big free offering, our big gift of love to the planet, to the world. And the intention is to, as we're coming to the end of the year, to do things differently, right? To not jump into like doing more and more and more to burn out, but like, what would it look like to end the year feeling really filled up, to feel really connected to spirit, to feel really tapped in and start to play with your creativity, to honor your body. And so what we do is we create this online retreat. We invite guides and leaders from all over the planet who are experts, and they lead retreat sessions. And so we have everything from yoga to painting to dance to Lemurian light activations to lots of different things to help you remember who you really are, right? Who you are, like I mentioned before you were taught and told to be a certain way, before you were told you were too much, like the youest and to like strip away some of those other things that come up. And yeah, it's a beautiful offering. It's free, and you can do it in your own timing. We have people from all over the planet that have done this over the years. And so if you haven't joined us yet, come play with us.
Yes, thank you. And I get these questions a lot too, like sometimes because we're female, people like as men or even non-binary people is like, can we join these offerings? Or if you have other offerings that are um, all encompassing, so please share if you do.
The joke is like with men that we always have some that sneak in. You're like, what are they doing over there? We want to know what's happening in that party, right? So you're absolutely, welcome to hop in. Our community is woman-based, right? So we are open to non-binary. Just know that we are speaking to women, right? So we're using that language, we're coming from that framework, but absolutely all of you is welcome, right? All of you is welcome. And yeah, if you want to play in some of that kind of, yeah, that women's kind of like those topics of things that are coming through for women, as far as nurturing yourself, as far as self-care, as far as creativity, intuition, embodiment, like all of those things, then yeah, come hang out with us.
Yes, thank you. And it's good to even be like if like a partner to learn about these things or just to see, something that you can apply for yourself in your own way too. So just wanted to share that to our viewers. And once again, thank you, Amber, for coming forth and sharing your beautiful offering with us. And if anybody needs to know, I'm in there this year. This is my second time in the Women Unleash retreat as well. I'm doing a Lemurian rose activation. So Ember has really beautiful creative energy, and if you resonate, I will put the link to sign up below. Again, it's free to join. So much love, everyone. Thank you, Ember.
Thank you so much for bringing me on. And yeah, I just leave you with this blessing of may you unleash you, the youest you, and anything that's in the way, kind of let that stuff go.
Thank you.